And we're live. What's up, everybody? Win Daily Sports NBA pre-lock. And I'm telling you what, I am super excited. Everybody knows what tonight is. I woke up with, I woke up, it was like Christmas morning to me because I woke up to all the James Harden photos and the James Harden talk. And I cannot wait. 8-10 tonight in Minnesota. I actually can't talk right now. I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited since AI. I'm going to be honest with you. As a fan, as an analyst, as a DFS player, doesn't matter. I'm just so excited. But before we even start, I got to ask you guys something and go specifically you, because this was a Toronto Raptor. I'm watching that Chicago game last night, and I'm just watching DeMar DeRozan ball out once again, and I'm thinking, how does this happen? Number one, how did Popovich not get this out of this guy in San Antonio? And all of a sudden now he has just flourished into being an NBA stud. I mean, I know he was good in Toronto, but man, he's playing a whole nother level, Ghost.
Right, he's just king of the mid-range. It's
I like that. King of the mid-range.
It's just been it's been a crazy year for DeMar, and it's just I don't know. Like he clock's ticking on getting a ring. Same thing for James Harden, right? So it's the same thing for a lot of these guys. And he just saw Kyle Lowry win one a couple of years back with Toronto, and now he's with another contender in Miami. He's only got so many years left, and he really turned on the Jets this year. So I don't know what exactly happened, but the Lakers must be kicking themselves. I'll take any chance that I get to take a shot at the Lakers, and they just didn't want to. They didn't want to get him because he wanted a 3-year deal instead of a 2-year deal. And now they must be out. Now they must be absolutely kicking themselves because the only thing that was holding him from going home was an extra year on his contract.
It's popular to take shots at them for the Buddy Hield non-deal that still would have been a better fit, but they could have had DeRozan, and they chose door number 3, and that was the worst possible door they could have chosen.
Yeah.
It's not all Westbrook's fault, but man, it's just been such a bad fit. And everybody saw it. Like, I can't remember one person during the offseason when it happened going, oh man, this is a great fit for Lakers. Good work. Like, everybody knew it, but my God.
If they had Anthony Davis and prime Boogie and LeBron was still in Cleveland, I would say, yeah, it's a great fit. Or else you need a ball handler. What do you get? Like that? It's not a fit. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just like you got the one thing I won't hold back against Russ is that he always turns it up in March and April. So now's the time. Well, 20 games left on the schedule.
Clock's ticking on that, man. Clock's ticking.
Yeah, he's got 20 games left on the schedule, and it's gonna be Braun carrying them to the playoffs. And I'm really curious to see how Westbrook plays in the next couple of weeks here with AD still out.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I think those triple-double days are over for Mr. Westbrook. I think he's finally getting exposed for everybody. Listen, we all knew he didn't really have a jump shot, but now you can definitely see that he doesn't have a shot. But I'll tell you what, there was a time, especially in Washington, where he was actually challenging, in my opinion, John Wall for the best nickname ever, the one-man fast break, which I absolutely love because he is that fast going, board to board. So we'll see what happens. Let me ask you guys this. James Harden tonight. Just get back on the Harden talk just for a minute. I'm just curious if you got, Adam, I ask you first in a sense of minutes tonight, because I know he's going to be a hot topic DFS-wise. He's a hot prop topic. People talk about him in Philly all day. I mean, I actually have one of his props for profit as well, but do you think he's going to give us the 35, 36 minutes? Or you think this is like a 20, 25-minute James Harden night?
No, this is 35 minutes. This is full go. I mean, I don't think it's a hot take, but I don't think he was actually hurt in those last couple games that he missed with the Nets after he just literally shut down in Sacramento. I think that, Brooklyn just said, hey, you're not playing until the deadline. We're going to see if we can move you. And B, if it was still lingering, why would you play him? Like, you have much bigger aspirations than Minnesota on a Friday night, towards the end of the season. There'd be no reason to push him. So he's active. True. He's ready to roll. He's going to play 30, 35 minutes like normal.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Ghost, are you feeling the same way?
37 minutes, James Harden.
Wow. Okay.
And he's going to take over the fourth. He owns Patrick Beverley. He's actually Patrick Beverley's father. Like he destroys Pat Bev every time in this matchup. He takes this matchup personally. So it's going to be a big night for James Harden. Enjoy the show. It's going to be a really big night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Embiid versus Cat action because that's always a good matchup. But especially Cat coming off that tremendous performance of the 3-point contest, and I still keep telling everybody, man, what he said is going to stick to Joel Embiid when he said, "I am the greatest big man shooter of all time." He knows exactly what he was doing when he said that. So I'm going to call this now, hot take or not. Next year, Joel Embiid will be in a 3-point contest. I'm telling you right now, he took that to heart. But let's get to the slate again. Last night, 7-game slate tonight, much bigger, much better. Only 2 games more, 9, but still a lot of good games last night. Ghost, again, you were on fire with your props. You only missed the one we called out here with the Ayton, right? But you got the Trae Young right, which was good. I didn't fare too well. Adam, I'm not sure. Did you fare well last night with your props?
Robert Williams hit his. Levine.
Yeah, I seen that.
There was no assist in that game. It was weird for the Bulls. Every single basket was unassisted. I was really
DDR mid-range. mid-range. ISO.
I mean, can Levine feed him in the mid-range for God's sake? I needed 3 more assists. And he missed the part. He missed that. And then I lost a single game parlay. I hit every other leg except for the Levine assist. So that one hurt a little bit last night.
Yeah,
it was a little bit personal.
Yeah, I hear you. You got to take this shit personal sometimes. You really do. But tonight, 9 games. Obviously we just talked about Minnesota, Philly. Don't know if that's on anybody's radar, but Ghost, I know already before I even read the article, I already knew you were going Toronto tonight. So I'm sure you're liking your Raptors tonight.
Oh, it's all day. It's everything's in on this game. It's Toronto, Charlotte, round 3. It's been twice in a row that I've gone all in this game, and it never disappoints, and it won't disappoint again tonight.
Your boy's back tonight too, Cody Martin, the legend. Cody Martin's back tonight for sure.
Let's just say I don't have a Hornet in my lineup, and I'm okay with it.
That's fine.
This man's gonna play 48 minutes and go for 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting. So annoying to watch, but it's all in on the Raps tonight. It's a Pascal Siakam night. I know that makes you nervous, but it's a Pascal Siakam night, and I love Scottie Barnes on the wing tonight. Oh my God, he's gonna feast on the wing.
Well, there you go. You already mentioned 2 of the names right there.
I'm double dipping the chip. It's a wing slate, man. These 3 and D wings are so powerful on this slate. If you want to go Gary Trent, I'm cool with it. I just prefer Gary Trent when Fred is not active.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you land on Trent over Barnes, I'm still okay with it. Just OG plays such a crucial role on both ends of the floor, man. Especially in that in Toronto's zone, he is beyond crucial. And Scottie runs that zone, right? And now I don't want to say it's all up to Scottie, but man, he's going to be flying up and down the court. And the one and only thing that can keep him from having a ridiculous game is foul trouble. That's it. And I don't like to take into account things that are out of my control unless it's, Mason Plumlee going up against Joel Embiid. Then I will call out the fact that he's going to get 3 fouls in 6 minutes, or Jaren Jackson Jr. or John Collins. Those are my 2 favorites. But I mean, outside of that, there's no reason for Scottie not to smash tonight. Double dip I have so much invested in Pascal Siakam again tonight, and I had this the last matchup, and it worked out really well. I'm not changing it. LeBron is somehow under 11K with no Anthony Davis coming out of the All-Star break with a playoff berth on the line. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I personally don't think LeBron's chasing championships anymore. I think he's chasing Kareem, and that's his main goal right now. So longevity is the name of the game, and obviously to play with Bronny. But LeBron doesn't want to miss the playoffs, guys. It's LeBron. What would it say towards the tail end of his career if he missed the playoffs X amount of years in a row? So he's gonna make a run. It wouldn't surprise me in the least for him to see him take over the schedule in the last 20 games. He's under 11K with no Anthony Davis against a Clippers team that their tallest guy is 5'6". It just makes no sense. So LeBron at 10-6 is an absolute lock for me. Hopefully you guys tailed Cam Johnson yesterday. I tried to spell it out. If you didn't, the ship hasn't sailed just yet. You could go back to it today. likely going to be at a much higher roster number than it was yesterday. I'm absolutely still mind blasted, not mind blown. Anything could blow your mind. It's mind blasted when it comes to Cam Johnson being 5% rostered yesterday. And I'm going right back to it again today. 3 and D wings, name in the slate.
3 and D wings. I like that. 3. You got Ghost got all the nicknames tonight on Fajita Friday. All right. I love it. 100%. I love it. I'm gonna go right to Phoenix because for me, book another monster game last night, and I predict another monster game tonight. When usually he likes these back-to-back games. And here's the thing, too. We've talked about on this show, and you guys know he's not a dimes guy, right? We always know Book's got to score 30 plus for you to get your money's worth in DFS. But the last 2 games, 20 assists in 2 games. So he's starting to dish out the rock a little more, change his game a little bit. Obviously, Chris Paul injury. They have a lot of injuries on that team. So he's getting his players a little more involved, which I like to see. So I'm going Book. CJ McCollum, 3 out of the last 4 50-plus DK games. He's been on fire with the Pelicans. I love him tonight. Joel Embiid, I just said it. This guy, he is driven right now. He really is. I don't want to hear about James Harden taking over the spotlight. This is Joe's team, 100%. He loves going up against Cat. He loves the challenge. There's going to be a lot of Joe tonight. Very, very easy for me. And again, the Lakers have no defense, right? So I wanted to get a guy in that LA game, and I like Terrence Mann tonight. And again, because I'm not scared of any of the defense whatsoever on the other side of the chip. So that's my core. My core was okay last night. I really like the core tonight. Center around Joel. It's not a Philly bias. Call what you want, but I'm centered around Joel tonight. So, Adam, I see you got a little bit of mix of everybody here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much the same exact spot that Ghost is, only I put in Booker over to Siakam for all the reasons he said. I mean, the Clippers are a game and a half up on the Lakers. So not only like the Lakers need to make a run, this is a giant game against a team that is directly ahead of them in the standings. It's just a massive game. So him being under 11K just doesn't make sense. Scottie Barnes under 6K with no OG now. We talked Cam Johnson, Booker. Cam Johnson's only about 20%, which isn't as high as I would have thought, given what he did yesterday. And the fact now they're missing Aaron Holiday, too. Like, they're down another player from yesterday.
Yep.
And it's still not as rostered as I thought he'd be. So it's just an easy plug and play.
Yeah, it really is. It's and again, I didn't look at it. Did you guys look at I didn't look at your guys' props, but did he have a plus money 3-point prop tonight, Cam Johnson?
He doesn't have a plus, but I have him for threes at just under plus money.
That's right. I did see, yeah, it's over 2.5, right?
Yeah, over 2.5 for minus 1.5.
Yeah, I listen. He's going to be. Hey, what about let's say what about Landry Shamet tonight? Does Landry Shamet get like an FFVP play tonight? Do you think?
I'm not going there because I have another guy around that salary that I like again.
Ghost, you with Shamet tonight?
I'm all in on Cam Johnson again. I like DeAndre Ayton again. Book obviously at the top of the pricing grid if you have the luxury to get there. I can't with Siakam and Braun. I don't mind it. I'm not completely opposed against it. Just it's a real toss-up between him and Elf Payton. It really depends whether we see 38 minutes of point Booker or not. Right now, I lean yes. They're going to surround him with shooters, and it's going to be a lot of ISO Booker and pick and roll with Ayton, finding his mid-range. It's just going to be the Booker show, and Shamet's a better fit off ball. Elf Payton can't play off the ball, so it makes more sense to slide in. I don't know, man. I'm not 100% sold on it. It really depends on what Monty Williams sees, and he's really good at in-game adjustments. Right now, it's not a 100% yes, but it's not a 100% no either. At the Stone Cold minimum, you could definitely do worse. You could definitely do worse.
Yeah, I mean, and again, he's at the low. How much is he tonight for DFS? Like 30.
Stone Cold minimum, 3K.
3K.
Yeah, Stone Cold minimum. So and I was talking about him yesterday, right? And when everybody was playing Aaron Holiday, and now he's out, Campaign is still out. They need someone to play that 2 guard spot. It's just there's such a big bump to Mikal Bridges on the wing there that like I just don't know if it's going to end up being worth it or not. But at the same time, at 3K, it can't really hurt you.
Well, that's the thing. If you build your core right and you get a couple value guys in there as well, I mean, the $3,000 player, you can't live or die with the $3,000 player. So,
No,
right. So that minimum player, listen, he's not going to make or break you, but he could definitely take you up those extra amount of points that you need to win. So, speaking of that, let's go right into our FFVP segment. Okay, Fancy Firebox Value Play, which again, we talked about Stone Cold minimum. Doesn't have to be the minimum. Could be a guy that's really good value to give you max production. It's something we want to, we want to look at. Obviously, something that can help you with your lineups. And again, tonight I'm going to go with the athletic player in KJ Martin. I like he's getting consistent minutes, 22, 23 plus, going up against Orlando. I have no issues with him getting his 15 to possibly 25 points. I think tonight could be a 30-minute game for KJ Martin, and I think this could be a 30-point DK night for KJ Martin. So I like the athletic guy. I like the pace of that game, and I also like that I'm not scared of Wendell Carter or anybody else on that Orlando Magic team. So, Ghost, do you have FFVP for tonight?
Just over the threshold, Cam Johnson again, 4,800 guys. It's hopefully I sold you on it yesterday. If not, if you saw what he did, hopefully that sold you. If I didn't, but outside of that, Kem Birch getting the start, it's going to be a green checkmark syndrome play. If you end up doing that, it's such a recipe for disaster. It could go really well or it could go really poorly. So that's where I'm likely staying away from that whole situation. I mentioned 2 Clippers in the article. If you take the 4 guys that I put in my core and the 2 Clippers, you'll see where I'm going with my lineup tonight. But one guy that grades out really well for me that nobody is playing despite the Orlando Magic being somehow, Adam, I'm still surprised when you told me this, somehow being the most rostered players tonight. Nobody's playing Mo Bamba at 4,500. And that's a spot where Houston bleeds fantasy points from everywhere. But this game is going to have a million shots, and both of these offenses blow. It's going to be so many rebounds from Mo Bamba. Like, it's just the guy's going to get 6 putback layups. Like, it's just there's way too many shots being thrown up for somebody not to get double-digit boards. And with everybody paying up for some reason on such a big slate for Wendell Carter Jr., I like going cheap. Mo Bamba at 4,500. I like Mo Bamba. He fits my builds nicely right now.
That's a good call. I like that because Wendell Carter Jr. is 7,400. I'm not paying off for Wendell
Too
Carter.
Much, man. Like Cole Anthony is back. It's Jalen Suggs is still going to get touches. Obviously, Orlando knows that they're not playing playoff basketball in at least the next 3 years. So they need to develop Jalen Suggs. They need to develop Cole Anthony. They need to develop these guys, right? And Cole Anthony was a steal at 15 in the draft. And we talked about that when we were live on the draft. Said this is a steal. It doesn't make sense. Like Cole Anthony was at the time, like they always talk about guys coming out of high school and before they even touch a college floor or anything like that. And Cole Anthony was supposed to go number 1. It was very similar to Michael Porter Jr., where he was consensus number 1 everywhere in the nation. And then slides to 15, man. Just rough year, injuries, etc. Like he's a very talented individual. And with him back, I don't like, and when I say him back, he's been playing some games, but he's fully back now, he's 100% healthy. I don't see, I can't get behind some of these prices. All of them are priced as if Cole Anthony is still out, except Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba's there at 4,500, and it's just going to be rebound city for the man. Like I'm at 4,500, he doesn't even have to score all that much. It could be one of those Clint Capella stat lines. One of those 6 points, but 13 rebounds and a couple steals and blocks.
It could be the James it could be the Jay Crowder night where he scored 0 points.
Yeah, that's good. If Jay Crowder can drop, 30 DK, bro, Jay Crowder can drop 30 DK in a regular season game in February, and the guy's in his like 18th year in the league. I'm pretty sure Mo Bamba's got some fresh legs to do that against Houston. That's for sure. These offenses suck. They're so bad, and the defenses are even worse. So like someone's got to grab these rebounds. It's going to Mo Bamba. I really like Mo Bamba tonight.
What's funny is Bamba's 8th. He's about 20% out of the top 12 in rostership right now. And it could change. We still got some time. Out of the top 12, 5 are Magic. I understand it's the Rockets,
man. But I don't get it, bro. Like
Bro, there's no way you can have all like 4 or 5 guys in your lineup and they're all going to hit. If you're running like a 20 max tonight, one thing I'd be doing almost right off the hop is probably capping myself at 2 Magic players per lineup. Just right off the hop. That's what it's a 9 game slate.
I just for me, man, it's like
9 games. They're not cheap.
There's so many good game environments on this slate.
Right.
I'm not completely excluding Houston or Orlando from that conversation.
No,
like,
definitely
it's a good
not.
game environment. Any game that involves Houston is a good game environment.
It's a good game environment. It has the highest total. It's 234. I get all that, but damn, man.
Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense for me to load up on this game. The talent is simply not there. It's no disrespect, but these, like, as bad as their defenses are and as fast as these teams play, their offenses suck. So, like, that for me is, like, you're investing imagine playing a $7,400 Wendell Carter Jr. when Scottie Barnes is almost $2,000 cheaper.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly I can't get there at that rostership. If it was flipped and everyone was in on Toronto, I would say, okay, I'm just going Siakam and calling it a day. But man, it doesn't make sense to me.
I hear you, man.
For the Russ, love?
For the Russ question, I'm only going to get my exposure to Russ in tiers tonight. I'm not willing to. I get what he's saying. He's not fully wrong. He had the break. He is a second half player. We just talked about that. I get it. I'll probably have a little bit of exposure in tiers, but I'm not willing to go there in a full lineup yet.
Javon says, I love KJ Martin over 9.5 points for plus money. I like that too. I didn't see that one, Javon. I might have to play that. We love the plus money here. Speaking of plus money, props for profit, and Ghost is on a roll. And I gotta be honest with you, Ghost, not to put you on the spot, but my man, just load the pockets up, right? I'll be honest, man, every time I turn around, Ghost is going like 5 for 6 or 9 for 10. It's like insane, man. He is on another level right now. So make sure. I just hope to be as good as him one day. So props for profit as always. A little disappointed last night. Nobody. Listen, I know you guys are on social media, right? I know you guys are on there. So you watch this show, do me a favor, man. Give the guys some love, right? Just throw a little prop out there. Hashtag props for profit. Takes you about 20 minutes to put that entire thread together. And it's very disappointing when I can't even get one person to hit it up. So the only person I can tell you legitimately that hits it up is my man Ivan. So Ivan, shout out to you, man, for real. And if you're not on social media, all right, I'll give that to you. But if you are, come on, man, stop being lazy and hit it up. So we're going to get props for profit, hashtag props for like the 4 horsemen profit. And we're going to go right in. And again, I got to listen, guys, this to me is like an absolute lock. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, but when I see James Harden over 2.5 3 points for plus money, I mean, he's got to hit 3. Especially tonight in a debut, against, they're going to be throwing up threes everywhere. Minnesota, whether it be D'Lo, whether it be Cat, right now you're going to have Harden throwing up threes. So for me, this is a no-brainer. Over 2.5 3-pointers made, just 3+, wherever you get your numbers from. It was plus 134 as of about an hour ago. Don't know if it changed, but really, really like it. I'm going to go back to the well because it's Madison Square Garden, right? And Mitchell Robinson, in the last 6 games has 4 double-doubles. And for me, when he's going up against Miami, I get it. Everybody's talking about Bam. I don't really care. For me, this is an easy number for him to get at plus 310. I really like it. On the other side, I'm going to go with my old nemesis. Now, I know this guy's only hit 1 3-pointer, just 1 in the past 9 games, only 1. Okay, but he shot 8 last game. The shoulder's feeling a little better. I'm going to go Jimmy Buckets because, again, Madison Square Garden. When you play an MSG, anything can happen. The stars align. Plus 145. I like that. And last but not least, DK special. I love this. I just missed this on Fournier last week. So I got Embiid, Harden, and Cat. 25+ points at plus 600. I'm telling you, I think I gave a stat line a Harden earlier, 28, 11, and 7. Embiid, there's no way he doesn't score 30 tonight, and I'd be shocked if Cat doesn't get 25+. So for plus 600, I really, really like that. Again, that's a DK special, so, only exclusively through DraftKings. So check that out. I really, really like that. I don't know, man. Something. I know it's Philly, but something about that, it's got me buzzing at night. Ghost, there you go, man. You're going right to Siakam. How do we know? How do we know?
Man, Ghost, me and you are. We didn't talk about the slate beforehand, but you're going to see in a couple minutes. This is just.
I love it.
I grabbed this
Our boys
point.
are identical.
It's great.
I grabbed this points yesterday at 22.5. I think it's up to like 25.5 now. So edge is there. 9.5 rebounds. It's a little dicey. Scottie's going to attack the glass. I still like it. 9.5 rebounds. He's going to dish the rock too. Like, he's going to score in bunches tonight. Like, it's just this is the safer route, is by taking if you're concerned about which one it goes to, just take the PRA, and that's exactly what I did with Scottie. I don't know if he's going to grab 12 boards or if he's going to grab 3. What I do know is that he's going to hit 25 PRA. If you have points and rebounds, it was closed for me. It was blocked off. They took it off the book. If you could grab points and rebounds at a lower number, that works too. With Fred in for this game, you don't really need Scottie assists to hit this number. But either way, just points and rebounds alone, he's going to hit 24.5 tonight. So Scottie on the wing tonight, man, lining up on Miles Bridges. I've said this before. I'm a big Miles Bridges guy. I love writing up Miles Bridges. I love his game. Scottie is like what Miles Bridges is turning into. Scottie's already that, and he's way better defensively on top of that. So, I mean, Scottie Barnes over 24.5 PRA, double dipping with the Raptors tonight.
It's a Toronto Raptors Friday night, man.
It absolutely is. It's
I
gonna
love
be
it. And
fajitas on deck watching the Raptors. I got the Raptors the cover. I got the Raptors money line. I got Scottie over 24.5. I got Siakam over 38.5. I got a million props in this game. I'm just watching the Raptors game. That'll dictate my cash flow tonight. That's what it is. It's all in on the Raptors.
I love it. And the funny thing is, I think, as you're going to see right here, Adam's all in on the Raptors.
Now we're talking.
I love it. I love it. The
Yeah, man.
double.
I mean, listen, like you said, Scottie's going to attack the glass, but no OG does help Siakam's possibilities. He's already averaging 8.7. It's a big man versus Charlotte. Yeah, Trez is there now. He's going to play some minutes. He can rebound a little bit. But in the last game Siakam played, he went 24, 11, and 8. The first game he played against the Hornets, he went 24, 9, and 12. Now, Fred wasn't active in that first game, but this is a dude who's missed a triple-double by a combined 2 assists and 1 rebound so far in the 2 games they've played against the Hornets. So I'm feeling pretty good about the double-double at plus money.
Cody Martin is playing in this game.
So that just automatically means Pascal.
Cody Martin is going to prevent, I've said this before, you could only beat Toronto's zone with shooters. And instead of putting Kelly Oubre out there, they're going to put Cody Martin for 38 minutes. Like I saw someone ask, do you really not have a run back? That is why right now I don't have a run back. Because I want to play Kelly Oubre Jr. tonight off the bench. I want a Hornet off the bench. I want either him or Montrezl Harrell. They're going to play, mark my words, Cody Martin will get more floor time than Kelly Oubre Jr. And they're going to get waxed because of that. The guy, he doesn't contribute. And the only way you beat Toronto's zone is with sharpshooters, and they're going to go out and they're going to throw Cody Martin next to LaMelo Ball and expect to win this game. They're going to get waxed on their own court. They're going to get waxed.
The legend of Cody Martin, CM legend. I love it. Nothing gets Ghost fired up more than Cody Martin and the Charlotte Hornets. So I absolutely love. It's great. Adam, I love this. Man.
Oh my God,
I was typing this in as I see yours, so I changed it. I think it's a lock. I do.
Yeah,
I love this.
That's my boy.
I mean, I was really surprised to see it at 140, and I know Luke Kennard doesn't. He's not going to play a ton of minutes. I'm not expecting him to be out there for 35. But 66% of his shot attempts have come from distance so far. He's shooting almost 45% from behind the arc. He's one of the deadliest sharpshooters in the league. We all know that the Lakers' perimeter defense isn't good to start with. Their defensive rating overall drops to 114 without Davis. That would be 28th if it held up through the season. 28th in the league. They cannot defense on the perimeter. Kennard's not going to need 30 minutes to hit this.
No, I agree. That's why, not only from reading your guys' article, but even just looking at exactly what you said with the defensive liability for the Lakers, him and Terrence Mann, even possibly Reggie Jackson could probably really grade out really, really well tonight, depending on how that game script goes. And again, we already talked about Cam Johnson, right? Over over
It's gonna
2.5
happen,
points.
and this is gonna happen in the first quarter.
This should have been. This literally should have been minus 150. The Pelicans allow the third highest field goal rate from behind the arc. Like this is. You hate to say lock because anything can happen. You can just have a bad shooting night, especially 3-pointers. Those bets can be volatile, but it's one of the best 3-pointer bets I've felt making all year. Was these two?
Yeah, I agree. They can be very volatile. They can. It's tough. It really is. But I don't. Ghost is pretty confident. It's all the first quarter, man. So
Fine with that. I like no sweats.
Yeah.
Who's okay? We're gonna clip this for either tomorrow or Monday. Book's gonna run. DeAndre Ayton's gonna run a high screen for Devin Booker. It's gonna be a standard pick and roll, and he's gonna kick it cross court to Cam Johnson, wide open three. At least one of them.
At least one of them. I like
At least
that.
one of them.
We're gonna have to
DeAndre
get
Ayton
that clip.
high screen DeAndre Ayton as if it's a pick and roll. Book's gonna run on his strong side, and he's gonna kick it cross court to Cam Johnson. 3. Bang.
Not once,
Every
not
time.
twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
I'm
least.
down. If all 3 of them are like that, I'm down. But at least one of them is going to be like that. At least one.
At least. Let's see you checking in. What's up? See, you said last time I heard Ghost go all in on Toronto, I bet it, and it was easy. Obviously, listen, Ghost on fire, man. See, says favorite player, right? Absolutely, man. Not my favorite player, see it, but your favorite player. He always bones me, but I hope he always does good for.
I'm just trying to keep up with Siakam with these first round leaders. I don't even know. I have to ask him how to spell someone's name when I'm betting on them, and they're like, I'm scrolling for 10 minutes trying to find these odds, and they're way at the bottom, and this guy comes out and goes a million under in the first round, and it hits every single week. So
it's crazy.
I'm just trying to keep up with CR.
Yeah, PGA DraftKings. Check it out, fellas. That awesome show this week. Had Jason Soba on, which was a great guest. And you're right. I can't announce. Like I said, Tiger Woods was great for me. Woods, who can't announce Woods, right? So that was perfect. But you get all these guys. I have no idea, man. No idea. But they're hitting 50 to 1, 60 to 1, 45 to 1. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And shout out to Spencer as well, off the tee off sports at tee off sports, Golf Digest, FSWA Sports Writer of the Year. So fantastic to have him a part of the Win Daily team as well. But as always, boys, let's get going here. Let's get our props in. Again, props for profit. Check out that thread on Twitter. Make sure you check the latest projection models. And if you're not checking them, listen, you got a problem. You got to sign up windailysports.com at Win Daily Sports. All social formats, as always. Make sure that you get your locks in. Check those up-to-the-minute updates because you never know. It's the NBA. I know Fred VanVleet was questionable. I know. Listen, you never know. It said he was hoping to be ready tonight. So looks like he's going to play, but you still have to monitor that because you never know. Ghost will be all over that, but that's okay. He just wants Siakam to play. It's all good. but anyway,
Fred out would make it even better.
What's that?
Fred out would make it even better.
Oh my
I think
God.
I only have.
You never know. You never know. I don't want injuries on anybody, right? But you never know.
At that point, you just stack Siakam, Trent, and Scottie Barnes.
You got to play at 6,500. You got to play.
It wouldn't matter who else you play. You're going to win.
Yep. No, I completely agree. 100%. So, all right, boys, we're going to have the weekend off. It was a nice 2-day week, which was nice. Not going to complain. We'll catch everybody back here Monday. But again, get us on Twitter. As always, you see all of our social handles and at Win Daily Sports. Everybody be safe, be healthy. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on Monday.